Hello everyone, and welcome to a review of a free game right now on PlayStation Plus. It's called Killing Floor 2. It's a very interesting game. We're going to get into it. We're going to go right into it. I got a little bit of a solo game set up here. Now this is a online oriented type game. You can do co-op survival or versus survival. There is no campaign mode for this. There is a solo offline mode, though, that you can use to level up. So I'm using a little bit of a new class here right now. There are different classes, and this is probably one of the most interesting parts of this game. There are different classes, and they have different strengths and weaknesses compared to other classes. Right now I'm playing the Sharpshooter. The Sharpshooter starts off with a base of these two revolvers here. And let's just kill Zeds. As you can see, this is a zombie game. The thing about this game, though, is the gunplay is very satisfying, and a lot of people should know what that means. Is the guns feel like they have power. They feel like they have weight. Even when you're shooting the bigger bosses, you know your guns are going to be something that you really have fun with, and that is very important for a shooting game. Okay. To me, that is one of the most important things. The mechanics of the guns are going to make it feel so much more enjoyable to play. And this game does that so well. Even facing, the weaker zombies, it makes it feel amazing just seeing, blood. And there's a lot of blood in this game. The ground gets covered in blood, especially from the bigger, fat zombies and stuff. But yeah, it's a very good shooting game. Now, the other components of it is, as you can see, we're running towards what is called the pod. This pod is where you buy new weapons, and you're going to need new weapons. You buy armor, new weapons, ammo, all that sort of stuff. So let's go here. I'm a sharpshooter. Now, you can buy any weapons you want from the pod, from any class. But in order to get points for your level, you need to buy the guns that are for your class. So what I'm going to go with here is I'm going to go with a Desert Eagle. I think it's a lighter thing. It has a magazine size of 7, which is not amazing. I can either go for that or go for this. I actually think I will go for these. These are very good. They have a higher fire rate than the Desert Eagle. And as you see, you can buy your bombs and buy that. I'm just going to buy that, and then I think we're set to go. I think we got enough ammo in all these weapons combined to make it through. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I was going to sell these and buy ammo in this, but I think we'll be fine. I think, having around 100 or so bullets should be okay.
More Zeds on the scope. Back to it, mes amis.
Now, as you level up these different classes, you get perks, and these perks will be determined by the class you have. So for the Sharpshooter class, for example, you get a lot of bullet penetration. So this means you can get multiple zombies. Actually, this is the Gunslinger class. I mean, Gunslinger class, you get bullet penetration, so you can go through multiple Zeds, and you can, kill more that, like, when you line them up, which can be very useful. There are more powerful Zeds all across this game. As the game goes on, the Zeds will get more and more powerful, and we'll see some more of them as the game goes on. They get pretty intense. The game will get pretty intense, especially on the higher difficulty levels. I'm playing on the easiest level right now, just to show off the core mechanics of the game and give you a review of it. Oh no! Oh man, I could lose in this level. If I do, I will actually switch to an online. There's a versus online mode where you actually get to play as the Zeds themselves, and that is a lot of fun. Throw a little bit of a nail bomb over there. Got quite a few of them with that one. These M9111s are very good. But yeah, there is look, some ammo over here. Just what I need, actually. There is a online mode where you get to play as different kinds of Zeds, and it goes by a score-based system of, whichever team gets the highest score, you get to switch sides. Whichever team gets the highest score wins. It's it's actually very fun, and I actually have the most fun playing as the Zeds. I love running around as a Zed slash zombies. That's what the Zeds are referring to, of course. and just running around and just having a heck of a time, just destroying players sometimes, trolling them with the smaller Zeds, because nothing's more terrifying than a player-controlled powerful Zed. You get some of the very powerful Zeds in this. I don't think we'll run into too many of them in the normal mode, but there's some very powerful Zeds that can do a very significant amount of damage. So I've got quite a bit of money here. I could go for another gun. I think we'll show off something from a different class, actually.
Either this is a giant paper cut or something else entirely.
Let's go with Firebug. I want to show you guys something that's very... this is a class that is a little bit different. You shoot fire, actually. So we'll go ahead and do dual Spitfires here. I like these a lot.
Make your choices.
And we'll just put some more into the M9111s and some into the Spitfires. And that should be all of our money spent. I got a lot of different kinds of guns. Could be a little bit of a problem once we get into the later stages. But we'll see. I got 2 more ways to save up money. I'll probably end up selling my M9111s plus my base guns, keeping the Spitfires, and then getting something like an RPG just to show off some explosives. But for now, I'm just going to keep playing on the with these puppies right here. But this is from a class called Firebug, and basically you have fire-based weapons, and then you have, oh, there's a bigger gun coming. Oh, Flesh Pound right here. These guys are one of the most dangerous, like, Zeds. Beyond the boss, they're probably, oh yes, there is a boss wave. I might actually die to this thing, but they are very intense indeed. And they are relentless, you'll see. Oh, he's running after me now. Here he comes. Let's just get as much damage on him as we can. Heal up. We're going to need to heal up. The main thing about playing this game, if you play it, is you don't want to get pinned. If you get pinned, you're going to have some problems, probably. Okay, so put some more damage in this Flesh Pound. See right there, I'm getting myself more and more closer to pinned. Don't want that. Oh, there's a couple of them right here. Now this is the easier mode, so it's going to be a lot easier to deal with this Flesh Pound, I feel like. Just because there's, I feel they have less... Oh, yep, see right here now, I'm pinned. This is not good. I actually could die here. I'm going to switch to these. I got my pistol out. I got to shoot myself up here. Now, if I was on a harder mode, I probably would have died there, if I'm being honest. I'm not... Yeah, it's a very bad thing in this game to be pinned. And really on the higher level difficulties, you're really going to just be running most of the time. That's probably one of my few complaints with this game is survival turns into just a running match on the higher difficulties sometimes. And now I haven't played with a bunch of perks yet. I haven't got all the perks unlocked for any class yet, of course. But that being said, from what I have played, it just seems like higher difficulty levels is a lot of just running around and trying not to die while dealing out damage, which isn't, terrible in itself, but makes for a very stereotypical game. I would like it to be so it can be set up to where you could have the option to bunker down. And the lower levels, you kind of do have sort of an option to bunker down, but you don't want to. So I'm going to sell both of those. I need
final choices, people.
to sell. I'll sell my M9111s, I think. I'll keep one, maybe? Yeah, that'll be a good idea. So now I'm maxed out. I'm going to go ahead and fill up this RPG, fill up these Spitfires, and then put the rest into my armor. And I think we're good to go. I'm going to get to show off an RPG. This is this is my favorite gun in this game so far that I've used. This puppy is very good against like Flesh Pounds. And whenever I play, now the fun thing about having multiple people playing a single game with you is that you could specialize in your classes to be, you say, okay, so let's say I'm a demolitionist. My job usually is the sharpshooters will be like be thinning them out, and the gunslingers will be, oh, okay, so we got a husk over here, but the gunslingers will be like, protecting my butt while I'm looking for these larger guys with my RPG, because you can see they just destroy. They one-shot those guys. Those guys would take probably a couple clips of these to take out, actually. But the gunslinger job is like to keep these sort of creeps off of me, what a lot of my friends call trash mobs, whilst I look around with my RPG, or I switch to my RPG. Of course, you always want to help with the clearing of the mobs, especially if you're getting overrun. But I usually will focus on keeping my RPG point at the bigger mobs, so that we don't have to deal with them all at once. You want to clear out as many as you can. You want to take on as few as you can at a time, and that can be a hard thing to accomplish. Okay, we're getting a little bit overwhelmed here. As you can see, that was a puker, or a I forget what they're called. I'm not very good at the names. You can see the name when you kill them. So let's see, that guy is a bloat. Okay, those are called bloats, but the bloats have a special thing where they can blind you. And I think another cool thing, I think the name of this game is just the variety of enemies. Oh, we got a flesh pound. Oh crap, that's not the right gun. Oh no. Okay, well then, I hit him right to the face. It didn't explode, but it still does a ton of damage. Yep, that's one flesh pound down. That's 2 flesh pounds down. As you can see, this gun is very effective at killing higher level enemies. Of course, it's easier to show that off how powerful it is on the lower levels, because the more players you have, the more health each Zed has. So really, I mean, sometimes if you don't have people in your party that are not pulling their weight, they can become a detriment, because it's kind of like I don't know if you guys have ever played Dark Souls. I reference Dark Souls a lot in my videos, but in Dark Souls, the boss has a higher health with more co-op players you have with you. So really, if you have someone that's not pulling their weight in this game and in that game, really they're a detriment, because it's you doing all the work while the players either dies right away, or what I'm saying. So it makes it more difficult. Also, it adds more Zeds to the map. So I mean, take that as you will. I mean, that's neither here or there really. It's just something you get to think about when you're doing your groups for this game.
You have a big battle coming up.
Okay, so we got a lot of money. I'm gonna sell my Spitfires. I'm gonna show off one more weapon that I'm familiar with. One thing I will say, another complaint about this game is the automatic weapons are kind of underpowered, really. You wouldn't think that, but they actually are. So I'm gonna sell these Spitfires. I'll sell both Spitfires. I will sell this too. We're gonna get ourselves a big boy. Let's look in the demolitionist arsenal here. Think about picking up that, or we can pick up something I've never used before, which is a rail gun. I need to sell the RPG to get that. No, that's not worth that. I like the RPG too much. So we'll just go with
There's Zeds on the scope.
Let's see here.
The pod very soon.
We'll just go with the what's it called? The over-under. It's in demolitionist. Yes, we'll go ahead with this, and then we'll just fill that up. Fill that up. We should have enough money to fill all this up. Oh yeah, we got money left over. That's not by design, but
I'm about to shut the pod.
Here's the final thing I'm going to show off. Every gun has an alternate fire, or a lot of guns have an alternate fire. This gun has, obviously it's an automatic gun. It also has a grenade launcher, so that'll be interesting to show off. Now here's the fun part, the boss wave. There'll be a little bit of an intro scene here.
What have you done, you murderers? You vile creatures!
This is what makes this game very fun for me. Oh, there's a guy. And online, you actually, as you play the game, I don't know how it's calculated, but one of the players will, in fact, get to play. Oh, he's right up on top of me. That's cool. Let's go ahead and get the RPG out. He shouldn't give me too much of an issue. I have an RPG. I think the arm? The weak point? Yes. Okay. Yeah, the bosses have certain weak points, like in a lot of games. I'm not a huge fan of this map. I just chose it because I know it very well. As you can see, this guy is dying pretty handily, and that is because of my difficulty level. He gets harder, definitely much harder as the difficulty levels go up. Now he's going to run away and try to heal. I need to actually chase him down.
When you're dead.
Turns out it's true.
Where's he at?
Thicker than water.
Oh, buddy! Oh, I only took out one with that shot. That's not so great. Here, let's get our, we'll get this out. I haven't got to show this off yet. Yeah, he just healed a ton, as you can see, which is fine. I think we'll still be okay.
Eventually I will catch you.
Where are you at? Quit running away.
Bullets, anyone?
There he is. I missed. Come here.
If this is a boardroom
Oh, there he is. Let's get RPG out. Him in the arm. Oh, that hurt. And you get all the abilities he has. You get the. Oh no no no! He's gonna. Those things are actually very detrimental to us sometimes. We actually might die.
the children, you filth.
But yeah, some of the even the Zeds kind of have a cohesion of like, you know, you have certain ones that are good at absorbing shots, other ones are good at setting up the more damaging ones. And of course you have the DPS Zeds that are like just good at doing damage. Did I hit him? This guy can be annoying. I will say this guy can be annoying when he runs away and heals like this.
Oh, yeah.
It really forces to see how he just healed a bunch.
Running away will save you.
There's something here.
He says running away won't save you as he runs away and heals. Yeah, okay.
Hide and seek.
He's right here somewhere. Just swore he was right there
Either
somewhere.
this is a
Look at
giant
There he
all
is.
this
cut
death.
or something else entirely.
There he is. Hit him.
Who here likes guns?
Just throw all of our nail bombs at him.
Bang on, damn it!
Oh, maybe I'll kill you. You might want to run.
Oh, that hurt. I gotta reload that. He might get us. Shit, I missed. Oh, I said a cuss word. Okay. One more hit, right? Oh, I missed.
It's lights
He went this way, right?
I hope you canceled your subscription.
Oh, come on. Where are you? I don't want to let him heal. He's going to. What a bitch.
Rock and roll.
He's in here somewhere. Oh, come on.
Set it to head, people. Now that's bullet time.
I would rather... Now, this is another complaint about this game. A boss such as this, I would rather
Making Daddy angry.
him just have a bunch more health than to have this sort of mechanic. Because chasing an invisible enemy, I mean, on paper sounds kind of interesting and cool, but in practice is just infuriating. Like when you outplay the crap out of it and then it just runs away and heals. Maybe that's, you know, by design it's supposed to be infuriating, but that's not great design, in my opinion, of course. Oh, I just shot over him. See, now this is partly my fault too, for sucking. I'm just gonna eat this and end the game. There we go. I mean, I feel like there's a certain point where he won't do that anymore. Oh, I shot his head off. But you can see the blood and gore in this game. It's so much fun. This is probably, I mean, I know this game is designed around, you know, the whole zombie thing, or the whole Zed thing, but it's leaps and bounds above things like, you know, COD Zombies and, you know, other games that have tried to implement this sort of system. It's even better than a game that was, you know, was very designed for this sort of thing, which was called Left 4 Dead. Now, that was a different console generation, of course, but I feel like this game, you know, as far as the core of the game goes, it is an improvement over Left 4 Dead, and a lot of the online stuff was, you know, very similar actually to what this one does. Let's see if we can. Actually, I need to change my gear while we're at it. Okay, hold on. Let me see here. Let me get my. I need to change my perk. I'm not gonna be a gunslinger in online. I'll be my support class. I enjoyed the shotguns. I enjoyed the AA-12. That's my baby. It's very good for clearing out. It's very good for clearing out trash mobs, and my second favorite is Demolitionist, and what it does well is like you can weld doors and it puts a bomb on it automatically. Just a lot of fun. The lobby system, thankfully, works very similar to Halo. So, you might be, you know... Let's see, let's switch teams here. I don't know if people realize that you will switch teams eventually. Everyone always wants to be Zed. I mean, I can't really blame them. Being a Zed is super fun in this game. And it's probably when I have the most fun. Is just, I mean, and the online does a good balance of competitive versus fun. In ways it's competitive, but in many other ways, along with that, it's fun. And I think it's important to have a good mix of both. It's always important to have that, in my opinion. Because if you don't, I mean, if it's not fun, then you're not going to want to play it. But if it's not competitive, it'll just get stale. Yes, it might be fun for a while, but I feel like non-competitive fun games, they kind of wear off pretty quickly. As opposed to, straight up competitive games, which, while they may not, be so much fun, it'll hold a core audience. A competitive game will, but if it's not fun, it won't hold a mainstream audience. Now, this game has a potential. I know on computer, I don't think so much on PS4. On computer, it holds a very strong core audience of probably people that enjoy that certain thing. And now we are seeing probably one of the bigger detriments of this game is a little bit of stability issues. Right now, I think we're frozen. But I want to show off the online matchmaking. I want to see if this takes off soon. I can't. Right now, I currently cannot move my anything. I can't push anything to make this happen. I've only had this happen once before, but I have had other stability issues and a couple of balance issues where like games would be unbalanced, as in like numbers on teams. Like it'd be like 3 or 4 versus 6 or something like that, even though it does say it will auto balance. But as you can see, this is probably going to be maybe a no-go. I'm going to give it a little bit longer, talk about a couple more of the aspects of the game, and if not, I will maybe wrap it up here, maybe do a different video. But some different aspects of this game to consider is the fact that there is no campaign for this game. So if you're really, really wanting a campaign, it's not there. I don't think it will be implemented. I think this game came out in 2015, 2016. I doubt seeing it implemented at any time. I mean, there is still an offline mode, so if you don't have PlayStation Plus, I don't know if the online mode is still accessible if you don't have PlayStation Plus. The game obviously wouldn't be if you got it for free on PlayStation Plus, but if you bought it, I don't know if the online will be accessible if you don't have PlayStation Plus. So another aspect of the game to think about is the fact that there's no story mode, which, I mean, is going to be like a deal breaker for a lot of people, I feel like. But to be fair, it has a very good core game of online / offline survival and versus survival. The lack of game modes is pretty prevalent, but in a way it's not too bad because the core audience is not extremely large, so you will always be able to find a game, even if it is only one game type, that ensures that you will always be able to find a game as long as this game is still going. But that is entailing that the game is still going. I know it still is running. I believe Killing Floor 1 is still running, actually. It's an older game. It came out quite a long time ago, I believe. I'm not sure exactly on the date, but I'm fairly certain it's still running. I see playthroughs around it as of recently, as of a couple years ago. So, it has a core audience, and I feel like they keep it afloat. There are microtransactions, but from what I've seen, they're all cosmetic. They're all character add-ons and things, and that makes it so that you can't pay to win, basically. Those are just to, make yourself look cooler. I don't think, now don't hold me to this, I didn't see anywhere where you could buy things to level your characters up faster. So that's something that is good. I mean, you don't want that sort of thing because there is a competitive mode behind it, so there is a sort of grinding aspect to it because your higher level characters are better. You get more perks, you get more perks, and those perks will improve your character tenfold, make your character much better at doing their job. Even the level 1 perk is a huge improvement over the base perks. So if you're going to be playing this, I suggest playing with friends, doing survival, leveling, or even playing solo survival, leveling up your character to as far as you can. I feel like that will take, for one character, I feel like it would probably take, if you're doing long waves, it will probably take you roughly, gosh, this is a rough estimate. I want to say it will probably take you 30 rounds of long, which seems like a lot, but if you're having fun, then it shouldn't be that much. There is actually there's probably a dozen or so maps, maybe a little bit more than that. So there's actually quite a large map variety. So you could grind out a map if you want to and learn it, or you could keep switching maps to learn all the maps. So that way you're ready for versus survival. But I would definitely suggest sticking with the class for as much as you can, for as long as you can tolerate it. And it doesn't even necessarily mean you have to buy the guns from those classes and use them, so that's the good thing. So you could always be like, so I'm playing Demolitionist, but I feel like I'm being overrun too much. I can grab a shotgun. But all the enemies you kill with that shotgun will go towards support. All the enemies you kill with the explosive guns will go towards Demolitionists. And things you do like welding doors and they explode will go towards Demolitionists. Killing things with your grenade will go towards Demolitionists. But still, part of your leveling is taken away from the fact you're using that shotgun. So that's actually a pretty good balance of giving you freedom, but also being a class-specific option so that it rewards you for dedicating yourself to a specific class. And I think that's really what other games did not do well. And something I, as a player of these sorts of games, have always looked for was, what's my role in all of this? Because before, it was like, all right, everyone shoots everything, that's it. Someone gets on the ground, you pick them up. There is no pickup system on this game. In this game, if you go down, you're down. You run out of health, you're down. There's no reviving you. I don't think the field medic can. Maybe in later perks they can, but there is a field medic where they have a gun that heals people. There's Demolitionists where you blow stuff up. There's a sharpshooter that can take care of enemies from far away. There's a gunslinger that's good at running and gunning. There's a SWAT character that's good at really making very short work of smaller mobs. There is a lot of things to look at in depth in this game to look at that on the surface you wouldn't think was there, and on top of that has very solid gunplay. So unfortunately I'm not going to be able to get into a multiplayer match. I don't really have time to restart this video as I'm streaming it for my channel. I have multiplayer footage on my channel if you want to see multiplayer done, but overall, I would say this game is a solid, probably a high 8, maybe even a 9, because you wrap up all the depth in this game around solid gunplay, and its shortcomings are things that I feel like are not deal breakers. There are certain deal breakers to games. This connectivity issues like I'm having right now are not actually prevalent. I've only had this happen once or twice in probably 15 games I've played online, so it's not like the connectivity issues are awful. I will also say, if you have friends that play this game with you, which if they have PS4s and PS Plus, there's no reason why they shouldn't have this game, because this is one of the best games ever released on PS Plus, then this is a fun game. Co-op survival, co-op online, whatever you want to play, it is just straight up fun and is exciting and challenging, but it's not frustrating. It can get slightly frustrating, but that's only after you've played for hours and hours and hours. When people die, it's not extremely frustrating because you don't have that mechanic of where you have to run over to them and feel like you have to risk your life to save them. that becomes frustrating. It actually becomes, whenever someone dies, it's kind of funny sometimes. It can be frustrating, but a lot of times it's just funny, and you can really carry your, and you can step up to the plate, and it becomes fun for higher level players. Whenever like one of their lower level friends dies, to step up to the plate and kill all these Zeds, and like that is where the fun and the accomplishment comes from this game, is when your team almost gets wiped and everyone's like, oh man, just give up, you're done for, oh, yes, it's over. And then you're like, no, I got this, I got my pistols, I got my shovel, I'm gonna kill all these Zeds, I'm gonna bring the entire team back to life, because after the wave's over, everyone comes back to life, and we're gonna make it through to this boss, and we're gonna level up, and we're gonna kick some Zed ass. And this game has tons of replayability, a lot of feelings of accomplishment when you are able to overcome a daunting task such as that. And really, the rewards for doing as such, the perks, the leveling system has a lot of replayability. There's a lot to be had here, and I feel like this is probably one of the best, if not the best, free games ever to come out on PlayStation Plus. And yeah, it's definitely a solid 8.5 to 9, I would say. Very great, fun game. If you guys have a PlayStation, heck, if you have a computer that can run higher end games, get this game. It is a fun game. You will not be disappointed. It is straight up fun. The gunplay is rewarding. The explosives feel like they have power and weight. The only drawback is probably the automatic weapons feel a little bit underwhelming in some instances. More specifically, when they're shooting probably higher level enemies, they feel like they're not as effective, of course. Lower level mobs, the automatic weapons are very good for, but you tend to run out of ammo quite quickly. But there are, perks for classes that use automatic weapons where you get larger amounts of ammo. So that becomes, sort of there's so much depth, and you wouldn't think that a game like this would have so much depth, and that's where the surprising factor came in for me, was how much depth this game actually provides. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. Like I said, if you want to see some multiplayer gameplay, look up some of my Killing Floor playthroughs. I'm not sure how many more I'll have. I'll probably be playing this game for quite some time. I'm not sure how much of it I will record, though. But thanks for watching, guys. This has been Free Ass Games. I like to call it that for some reason. I don't know. But this has been Free Ass Games. This has been Killing Floor 2, and quite a good game. Pick this up if you get the time. If this is not June 2017 anymore, and you're watching this, it's still worth whatever it costs. It's probably not $60. It's been out for some time. So yeah. Great game, Killing Floor 2. I'm quite surprised. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. Bye.